Welcome back. You are listening to D&D for you and me, where we relive our campaign in Diorite, a world filled with magic, monsters, and memorable mistakes. Join us as we talk about the most chaotic, hilarious, and completely unplanned moments from our adventures around the table. Now, let's roll into today's adventure. Today's episode takes us to the grand elven city of Syngorn, where our lone tiefling finally arrives after days of travel through the wilds. Exhausted, covered in road dust, and probably questioning his life choice, he drags himself through the city gates. He's here to deliver what's left of a shipment, a job that was supposed to be simple, but as usual when it comes to our party, nothing ever goes according to plan. Most of the goods were stolen on the road, and now he is just hoping someone will still pay him for something. He wanders through the streets, searching for the right contact, until he ends up at a place we don't quite remember. Because, well, our dear Overlord wasn't exactly great at taking notes that session. My blame. It was probably a tavern. Let's be honest, it's always a tavern, and that's where everything changed. Inside a tavern, surrounded by laughter, clinking mugs, and faint smell of adventure and ale, our tiefling meets 4 new faces. I think it's time we finally reveal his name. Malerias Death, a warlock with more ambition than common sense. At that very table sit the adventurers who will soon become his companions. Barakas Creed, another tiefling, mysterious, confident, and maybe just a little too charming. Vencix, a dragonborn with scales like molten copper and a temper to match. Diorite, a Goliath warrior who believes every problem can be solved with muscles or volume, usually both. And finally, Sir Bearington, a bear. Now we come again. Bear. Yes, an actual bear. Don't question it. It made sense at that time. Together, this unlikely group forms a temporary alliance, united by a simple cause: rid the world of goblins. After a few drinks and even fewer brain cells, they start asking around town and hear rumors of goblins hiding in the sewers below Syngorn. Naturally, they decide to go down there, because nothing says great idea like exploring a dark, slimy tunnel system full of monsters. Yeah, before long, they are ambushed. Cornered by the deadliest of goblins, the Stabby Stabbers. These goblins have a terrifying trait. Every time they land a hit, they get to swing again, and again, and again, until they fail. It's chaos. The sewers echo with scream, steel, and an endless chant of Stabby Stabbers. After an exhausting fight and several near-death experiences, the heroes emerge victorious. In the goblin lair, they find piles of stolen goods and something unexpected, a stash of what looks like tobacco. But it doesn't take long before someone realizes this isn't tobacco. This is Syngorn spice, or as the city god would call it, illegal substance. Being the upstanding heroes they are, they report the find to the authorities. The stash is confiscated and destroyed, and it's Diorite, our proud Goliath, who takes the lead in making sure it's all burned. At the time, it felt like a small rightness act, a moral victory, for say. What they didn't realize was that this small choice would come back to haunt them. Weeks later, the group makes their way back toward Kaimol, preparing to take down another goblin camp. But before heading into danger, they decide to do what every responsible adventuring party does: go shopping. They visit Rowan the Bold, a merchant known for his fine gear, fine prices, and questionable clientele lives in a secret hideout under the city. He's not a common trader or salesman that just sells. He's a dark trader on the other side, not the good side, the bad side. Negotiations go well at first, deals are being made, discounts are happening, spirits are high, until Diorite once again decides it's time to brag. He leans back, puffing his chest out, and starts boasting about how they cleaned out the sewers of Syngorn. Rowan listens, intrigued. Oh, and what did you find down there? He asks. There grins. Just some goblins and a stash of drugs. Rowan raises his eyebrow. Drugs, you say? And what exactly did you do with them? Diorite, completely unaware of what about to happen, answers proudly. Well, we turned them into the 40, had them burned, did the right thing, you know. A long pause, the air gets heavy, then Rowan slowly leans forward, his smile fading. That, he says softly, was my stash you destroyed. The room goes silent. Even Sir Bearington stops scrolling. After a moment, Rowan taps the table and asks, so, how much is your life worth? And that's how our heroes, noble champions of good, end up 180,000 gold in debt to a criminal cartel. One day they are saving the world, the next they are working for the dark side. They are still heroes, at least in their hearts, but now they got a very dangerous employer to please. How will they pay off their debt? Will they survive Rowan's wrath? Or will our party's greatest enemy turn out to be their own bad decisions? Find out next time on D&D for you and me. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, roll high, play kind, and always let the dice decide your fate.